British Impacts on Technology, brought to you by Altrincham Grammar School for Girls. For each area of discovery, we will explore the impacts on society and individuals, as well as social and communication impacts.
Jet engines were invented in 1937 by UK RAF engineer Frank Whittle. It's a type of reaction engine which allows for planes to fly at incredible speeds. For society, it has allowed for us to cruise heavy aircrafts and has meant faster travel between cities. It's also a lot easier to transport goods globally. However, the fossil fuel emissions planes produce are bad for the environment, and there is always the risk of planes crashing. Did you know that jet engines can have around 40,000 parts and can sometimes take up to 2 months to assemble?
Radar was invented in 1935 by pioneer in radio technology Sir Robert Watson Watt. It involved bouncing radio waves against an object to see how far away it was, proving useful in World War II. These are used today in communications and to detect pollution levels. It greatly benefited our society as it saved lots of military lives, as it was used to forecast bad weather in the war. However, large amounts of radio waves is bad for the environment, and it also can be hazardous if used irresponsibly. It is still used today to prevent airborne and underwater attacks, and has also led to more accurate wave detection methods such as microwave radar and LiDAR. Do you know radar stands for radio detection and ranging, but it's used so commonly that it has been given its own noun?
The Enigma machine was invented in 1939 by mathematician Alan Turing. It was used as a code-breaking device to intercept enemy messages. The cryptography methods it used are still used today to stop cyber attacks. However, code-breaking has caused some privacy issues for the population and has led to new laws being introduced regarding coded or encrypted data. It's predicted that it ended the war 2 years earlier than expected, and it also saved lives and brought pride to the nation. Did you know that Turing invented the foundation of CAPTCHA, which is used today to check if a user of a device is human or a robot?
The first ever television transmission was aired in 1927 by John Logie Baird. It was a long-distance signal sent over 438 miles telephone line from Glasgow to London. In society, this has improved information distribution across nations as various news channels provide all the latest information about what is happening in the world. It can be informative as well as providing a means for entertainment. However, there are frequently privacy issues around journalism. Socially, it allows for people to watch series they enjoy and discuss programs with their friends. However, it is warned that TV can become addictive and spending a long time in front of screens is not good for your eyes. Did you know that, according to a study by UK TV, the average person spends almost 10 years of their life watching TV?
Raspberry Pi was launched in 2012 by British software engineer Eben Upton. It's a small, low-cost computer which can be used with lots of other devices like keyboards and screens. It is very popular in education, particularly in programming and computer science. It provides endless possibilities for the individual because it can be used to build things such as a PiBot, AI assistant, or can be used to power laptops. It's common for them to be built in teams, which improves communication and teamwork in groups. It makes it easy for people to learn something new about computers because there is always more that can be done with them. Did you know that the name Raspberry Pi originates from the fruit-based naming traditions in the older days for microcomputers?
The World Wide Web was invented in 1989 by English scientist Tim Berners-Lee. It's an information space where documents, pictures, videos, games, and other resources can all be accessed. Each site is identified by a web address or a URL, and they can be accessed over the internet. It has revolutionised how we communicate in modern-day society, and it has made almost all information in the world available to the public from anywhere, which has both good and bad consequences. Also, it has allowed people to learn easily and to store their information in a virtual memory which doesn't need any physical hardware. Did you know that the first website ever published is still online today?
Graphene was discovered at the University of Manchester by Andrei Geim and Konstantin Novoselov. It's a very diverse material which can be combined with other elements to produce a multitude of materials with various superior properties. It's used on top of cola bottles to prevent bacterial growth and is used a lot on planes, which has led to flights being cheaper. It can also be used in harvesting wind energy. It has also led to many medical advancements such as targeting cancer and has also greatly benefited economic growth with its uses. Did you know it is made of the same element as diamond?
Nuclear power was first properly used for energy in 1956 when the world's first civil nuclear power program was built at Rotterdam Hall. It was a really good way of getting a lot of energy without burning harmful fossil fuels. It had a good impact on society because it introduced people to more diverse fuel types. However, nuclear waste can be very harmful. Socially, it meant that there was less pollution and it was a lot cheaper than other energy sources. Did you know that nuclear power plants must be closed at least once every 2 years so that the waste can be disposed of?
The first ever text message was sent on the 3rd of December in 1992, and it was sent by British engineer Neil Patworth. It was actually sent using his PC via a Vodafone network to his friend, reading "Merry Christmas." In society, it has revolutionised the way we communicate and has enabled messages to get to people instantly. Almost everyone in modern society uses mobile phones, and it has made it easier for people to keep in contact with friends and family. Socially, it allows for people to stay in touch and has formed the basis for modern-day social media, which has revolutionised how people are influenced. Did you know that the average adult spends almost 23 hours a week texting? That's nearly a full day.
DNA was discovered in the 1950s by English physicist Francis Crick. It is a genetic makeup which makes us who we are and look how we do, and we tend to inherit all of it from our parents. It has helped to solve many criminal cases because forensic evidence can be used to prove or disprove people's innocence. It has also led to genetic modification in agriculture to produce crops with certain traits. It also helps individuals to trace their history to find lost relatives and can identify potential conditions such as cancer, where it can be treated before it becomes a problem, as well as detecting conditions in newborn babies. Did you know humans share 98% of their DNA with chimpanzees?
The Manchester Mark I became operational in 1949 by electrical engineers Frederick C. Williams, Tom Kilburn and Jeff Tootill. It was the first ever computer to be built and has led to mobile phones, laptops and everyday devices embedded with computer systems. In society, it has revolutionised the way we live and the technology available to us, and it has made huge amounts of information readily available to the public, improving research methods. It led to the creation of social media, which has had both positive and negative impacts on younger generations. It has also introduced cybercrime and provided authorities with more information on their citizens. It's also done wonders for communication. Did you know the Manchester Mark I was used to play the first ever piece of computer-generated music, which was God Save the Queen?
We hope you enjoyed our video and thank you for watching.